Truly V-Loan exclusive.
What's up YouTube, it's Truly Alone, and today I'll be showing you how to get y'all finishing badges the best and fastest way. Alright, so like in the defense one, we're going to want to choose your difficulty and make sure it's on whatever you want, because the difficulty doesn't matter anymore, so you can play on Pro, Hall of Fame. And if you haven't watched my last video, if you're not like 86 yet, just play on don't play on Hall of Fame. But if you're higher than if you're at least 86 over, you can play on Hall of Fame, because your player should be able to handle it. And I recommend 12 minutes. But also, this video is mostly for people who are already franchise players. So if you're not, I'll leave a link in the description on the video on how to become the franchise player. It's pretty easy. It's mostly just averaging A+. But I'm gonna go to my minutes. Yeah, see, I went to the wrong thing. So with the playmaking, you're gonna want you're gonna want to be the franchise player, obviously. And I was on way right in my last video for defense. This is the only way to check, because I've just made a new player and I can't switch them around. I'm the franchise player, but not fully. I'm like 1/3. And by that I mean I could edit my playbook, which is really important. So the player you're gonna want to use for finishing, if you're a franchise player, would be cut, UCL, 31, try, and cuff fly. Actually, you know what? You can use all three of these plays. And on my playmaking video, I showed a way to use this. You just gotta switch it from being the passer to the finisher. This gets you wide open. I showed playmaking plays on this one too. So this will get you wide open. All you gotta do is switch the position and passes it. But I don't think I showed this one. And again, if you don't see the playbook, then you're not the franchise player. And I'll put a link in the description on how to become a franchise player, and I'll cut to the badges you're gonna want to use for these plays right now. Alright, so for the finishing setup for the plays, now because like in my shooting video, you're probably gonna get tired. You're gonna want well, actually, let me show you the badges you would get at first before I go too far. So the first thing, you don't need a lob city finisher if you're wondering. But the first badge I would get is I recommend contact finisher as high as it could go. Just try to put that as high as it could go. And what else? You're gonna want relentless, because you're gonna get tired. Try to get that as high as you can go. And let me see what else you would need. Oh yeah, slither finisher too, you're gonna want that. And maybe acrobat. Would you need acrobat for this? Yeah, potentially. I could see potentially needing this. So these two badges, contact finisher and relentless almost forgot Giant Slayer. Try to get that as high as you can go too. So actually these three badges, contact finisher, Giant Slayer, and relentless finisher, you're gonna need these three to be able to successfully catch lobs consistently. Or consistently, you know what I mean, just catch them consistently. Now, I've heard that slither finisher, I know you guys probably don't use this badge because if you're a slasher, you want contact dunks, but I've heard that it can minimize the contact, which means that it'll create less contact, which makes more contact dunks. If you understand what I'm saying, then you probably put this on. What I'm really trying to say is it gets you more contact dunks, because it creates less contact, if you know what I mean. I don't think I can explain it better than that. And acrobat is for that situation where they actually contest a shot, which 9 times out of 10 won't happen. And I don't even think you have to press the button usually. You could just switch it up. They contest it, you switch it up. and it still goes in. So even if they mess up your dunk, they could test you well enough to where this doesn't work, and this doesn't work, and this doesn't work, but this should work basically 24/7. So if they ever could test you to the point where these three don't work, and this doesn't work, potentially, this should, finish it. Because you know how they do that kind of weird spin around layup, or it's like a lob, but they try to do like a weird, you know what I mean, the weird layup where they use one hand, try to finish the lob. That should help that go in more definitely. So yeah, these are the 5 badges you would use if you're doing this method. And I'll show the other method for people who aren't the franchise player right now. So if you're not the franchise player, the other method I have, it's honestly, is it easier? No, it's not easier, but it's like you'll probably get them on the same amount of progression. So, but the only bad thing about this is you'll probably end up getting double teamed, which is why the other method is ultimately better. So the badges you're gonna want is a back down as high as it could go and drop step as high as it could go. Now, if you're slowly grinding your playmaking badges, you got a 60, 70 overall around there. What I recommend you do is every time you get drop step 2 levels, back down, every time you bring up back down 2 levels, you bring up drop step once. So that way, you don't get ripped too, because you just get ripped. All they gotta do is double team you and the ball is gone unless you have unpluckable. But you're grinding finishing badges right now if you're watching this. So unless you got a playmaking badge ready for your next game, that's gonna come up. 1 assist. You're gonna want to do this. Because by the time it gets to silver, they probably won't rip you at all. Even on Hall of Fame, they probably won't know. On gold, they can't rip you on Hall of Fame. And if they do, then just put on Hall of Fame. But honestly, if you get it like this, if you just get it like this, you'll be straight. But for me, just in case, personally, I just get both of them Hall of Fame. I don't like to take risk. So these 2 badges, and you're gonna want just probably deep hooks on bronze or whatever, because you're gonna be doing hooks. If you look at the best stuff, you can probably already assume what you're gonna be doing. And let me see, maybe probably contact finisher, so you could finish more. Probably pro touch, and yeah, that's usually these badges, and giant finisher too. But since I know a lot of you don't even have more than 10, you're just trying to get your badges out the way. What you should do is just try to get these first, and actually go for pro touch. I'll cut to the micro footage for the people who are franchise players right now. I'm just start off with the easiest one first, but this one's only for point guards and shooting guards. So since you're the franchise player, just switch to one of those positions. But yeah, you see I'm getting ready to pass it to the point guard, and I run, and the person who was guarding me got stuck and he lobbed it, and I was wide open and I dunked it. But I'll show it again and I'll have more explanation. But yeah, honestly, this play is the easiest one out of all of them. All you gotta do is pass it to one of the guards, and they get stuck. You just run in the paint. Your other guard will lob it to you, and it's an easy lob. But there are some things about it that is negative, which is why you need relentless, and I'll show that right now. So on this clip, you'll see why you need relentless. I see I'm getting ready to run a play and all that stuff. Getting ready to pass it to the other guard. And I pass it to him. I run to the paint. I'm getting ready to catch it. I don't try to dunk it, and I miss the lob layup. After missing that, I realized that you're going to need relentless and contact finisher and acrobat. Because had I at least had acrobat, I probably would have made it. But actually, no, I think I did have contact. But that's why you need relentless and acrobat. Because as you can see, I didn't have those badges. And I didn't even go to dunk it. I tried to, but he missed a layup, which is, again, why you need relentless and acrobat for this. And I'll show the next method. I think this is the play where I used the try cut one. So I'll just show you how that looks. And you pass it to the small forward, and you just kind of like try to trap your defender around his teammate and run to the paint. And I'll show it again. Honestly, you don't even have to trap him. You got to be faster than him. But since I was like at 83 at the time, I don't think I was as fast. But yeah, I just ran that so it could be hard for him to catch me. And yeah, also any position can run that play. So you don't have to be point guard or shooting guard or whatever. But I made a mistake and I got the wrong footage and filmed it going through my power forward with slash and takeover instead of myself. But just imagine like everything that he's doing, you're doing. Just imagine the positions flip. And yeah, it's not that hard. You get wide open 9 times out of 10, and I'll show it again. But yeah, that's my fault. I made a mistake. I got the wrong footage. But just imagine like the route he's running, you're gonna be running it, and somebody's gonna lob it to you. So just try to remember to do everything that he's doing. And yeah, the point guard will lob it to you or whoever, and you'd be the one catching it, not like the other way around. You don't have to pass it if you want to finish him. That defeat the purpose. But now I have to show the non-franchise player method. So yeah. So one of my mistakes in doing this method was choosing a team to go against. And I have to say, if you're a point guard or a shooting guard, do not go against Philadelphia. They basically run a tall lineup when they start. So you just be setting yourself up for failure. I even switched to go to the shooting guard, and he was still strong as hell. Like I could not back them down. So if you're a point guard or shooting guard, don't go against Philadelphia. They just like run a tall team, so that would not help you. Just sim over that game and go to the next one. So in this clip, you're gonna want to make sure you go for the person that weighs the least on the team, because my point guard can't even back down Buddy Hield. I don't know how much he weighs, but he can't weigh that much as a shooting guard. And like I couldn't finish over him, he was just too big. So make sure that you will always try to go for the point guard because he weighs the least. So in this clip, I'm calling my point guard over to switch with me, and I'm backing him down. But eventually I realized that the more you back him down without passing, the worse your teammate grade gets. Even though I finished it and did the right thing, my teammate grade went down. So using that logic, if it went down, you're gonna want to make sure that it doesn't go down. So you pass it instead of completely backing them down, so you don't get the worst teammate grade, so you can keep some team chemistry too. And yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, that's basically it for both the methods, and they're like really easy. But if you're not the franchise player, I recommend you try to do that. Even if the method I gave you was easy, you still want to become the franchise player for more minutes and more like VC and all that stuff. I'll probably end up making my career beginner thing to like make it easier for people making new builds. But yeah, that's basically it. Oh yeah, and I didn't even play this full game. You could like replay and pause it to see my stats. I didn't even play the fourth quarter. But that's basically it. Here's the badge progression, because I forgot to show it in the last 2 videos. But like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you on the next one.